y'all, it's Danae. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be DIYing some jewelry. I've been on Pinterest for months now, ever since I started collecting this stuff, and a lot of that is going to be what's inspiring the jewelry that I make today. I'm really excited because I've been waiting to do this for a long time. I finally have, I think, hopefully everything that I need to do this. As you can see, I got a lot here. So just to start off, I'm going to do some organization because the current storage that I'm using is full and it's starting to overflow. So I got some of these that I'm going to be using today to organize some of the jewelry beads and chains and whatnot. But I'll show you guys, there's a lot here. I have a lot of options, lots of chains and wire and whatnot. And I have my handy dandy jewelry making pliers that I hope won't give me problems today. They're kind of old. I haven't used them in a long time. But yeah, let's get into this. So this is everything that I'm currently working with. My setup, as you can see, is just packed to the brim. Let's get this moved out, cleaned up. I got these two little blue bins from Daiso, and that's what I'm going to be using to put the rest of my items in and organize it a bit. Here's some of the things that I have. I'm just taking them all out of the packaging. I haven't even opened them yet. And I'm just gonna sort them into these blue bins. Here you can see the start of me struggling with these nails. Like, I can't even pick up the beads barely. It was ridiculous. I even had to get one of my little triangles that I use to like keep my beads from rolling around while I'm working, to pick up the other beads, like just to organize them. It was ridiculous. But we figured it out. Even though I was struggling with these nails, we made it work. And as you can see, they look so much better already. Just having those beads in another container and not all squished into one container like they were before. That's all for the organization part of this video, and I have to say I was surprised that I had space left over in my containers, but it's not really a bad thing because I always get more beads every time I go to the craft store, so I need the space if we're being honest. But I'm about to get started with the first jewelry piece that I made, and I just want to preface that it was an absolute struggle the whole entire way through. Not one bit of it was easy. I started a struggle count so that y'all can keep track with me, but I just couldn't pick anything up. It was so hard twisting any of the jump rings or anything like that with those nails on, and I'm just gonna let you guys watch it for yourself. So I've been working on this necklace right here for like an hour now, and I'm technically done with it. I have to try it on still to see if I like it and like if everything fits well, but I don't know. It took me a long time to do this, and I know it's only because my nails are so long, which I normally don't have them this long. I normally don't have nails at all, just little nubs. I was going to like an event. What was it? I don't remember why I put these on. The point is I have them on, and I try to keep them on as long as I can until they start popping off, and as you can see, all 10 of them are still here, staying strong. But I'm debating whether I should just take them off to continue working on this. I don't know, it's kind of bummy if I have to, but I've been struggling, and like in the first at least quarter of this video, you'll see how much I struggled, like even just picking up stuff. It's been so bad. On the other hand, I did just order something that will hopefully help me with my problems, and I'll show that to you guys as soon as I get it. But I don't know, I'm kind of pooped out. It's already dark outside and I haven't eaten anything yet, so I'm gonna eat, and then I think I'll try this again another day. I think that's what's best for me and my mental health, you know? That's what I'm thinking. We'll see.
days later.
I am finally back and I'm ready to continue making this jewelry. I wanted to give you guys a quick update. I took off the nails. It was too much. There was no way I was gonna make all the pieces that I wanted to make with those nails on, so I just went ahead and took them off. Also, the tool that I ordered is finally in. I'm so excited to use it. I actually did a practice run with it. And it's so easy to use. Like, watch this. All you have to do is insert your pin and clamp down, and it creates a perfect loop every single time. I personally didn't know this existed until I made this video, but I will have it linked down below in case you want to get your own. Aside from the looper, I am using a couple other tools like this ring, which helps me open up jump rings, and then also these needle nose pliers that have wire cutters on them. Without further ado, I'm actually going to start making jewelry now. The first piece is inspired by these fruit earrings that I found on Pinterest. I'm going to be doing a combination of the berry and the cherry earrings. To start off, I'm just making the pieces that are going to be dangling from the stem of the earrings, and I'm taking my looper and some eye pins to do this. The first one's going to be a heart. I'm making 2 of these each. Once I have both of my hearts ready to go, I'm going to start making some leaves with the same process. I'm going to loop the eye pins through the holes and use my looper to close them off. I'm also going to be making 2 of these. And finally, I'm using these big red beads to make the cherries. I'm going to be making 4 of these, and once again, using an eye pin and closing them off with my looper. Now that all the smaller pieces are ready to go, I'm going to start working on the stem of the cherries. To do this, I'm just doing an alternating pattern of 2 clear beads, 1 green bead, 2 clear beads. And after the second pattern, I'm adding the little heart in there and finishing it off with a couple more beads. I'm going to repeat this process one more time so I have 2 of each. And of course, nothing can go my way, and I had to drop it before I finished it, but I redid it. We're good to go. Let's put these pieces together. I'm adding 1 leaf to each stem, and to do this I'm just going to open up the loop on the bottom of the stem and add the leaf and close off the loop. Make sure you're closing off your loop or you're going to have your earring falling apart on you, and nobody wants that. Now that the leaf is on, repeat this process to add 2 of your cherries to the bottom of the leaf. Usually making jewelry isn't that hard, it's just a really tedious process, especially for earrings, because once you get one thing done, you have to repeat it all over again just so you have a matching pair, and it can be a pain in the ass sometimes. Once all the pieces are connected, you can start bending your stem into the shape that you like. For these earrings, instead of using a hook, I decided to use a stud with a loop for the earring backing, and I just added those with a jump ring to each of the earrings. Once you're done, they should look something like this. I'm going to be making a necklace, and I'm absolutely obsessed with how it turned out. I'm using a necklace that I like as a reference for my neckline, and I'm going to start by grabbing a bunch of pearls. If you want to make this necklace yourself, make sure you have a ton because it's going to use a lot. I'm using wire as the base of my necklace, so I'm going to take the wire and line it up next to my reference and cut off the length that I need. Once I have that, I'm going to tie it off at the end with a knot. It's really hard to show y'all what I'm working on just because the wire is so thin and transparent, but I'm just going to tie that knot off and slide it through a clamp clasp. Once I get that, I don't know if that's the correct name for these things. I haven't heard another name. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm just going to clamp that down and cut off any excess. Once your clasp situated, you can start stringing along your pearl beads. Like I said, jewelry making is just one tedious task after another. Once I have the length that I like, I'm going to add another clamp to the other end. To finish off the base of the necklace, I'm going to be using a toggle clasp. A toggle clasp is just where there's a bar and a hoop, and you're able to loop the bar through the hoop. You know what? Call me Dr. Seuss because I got some rhyme. Now we're done with the base of the necklace, and we can start on the other part. Each charm is going to be separated by a piece of chain, so I'm just cutting out 3 symmetrical chains And I'm just eyeballing this. I'm trying to get them as even as possible, and honestly I did a pretty good job. These are what the charms are going to look like. That was the first charm, and I'm going to be making 3 more of these. Here's the second charm that I made, and I also made a heart one. I thought that was really cute. I'm going to add that to the top of the necklace. And now I'm going to line all the pieces up in the order that I want them to go. Once I have everything lined up, I'm going to start connecting the pieces. Even without my nails on, using the tiny chain was just so difficult for no reason. But aside from the chain giving me a couple problems, this was by far the easiest piece of jewelry I've ever made. Once you're done, here are the final results.